Hey guys, this is not going to be a live stream. It's going to be uploaded directly to YouTube. Um, I'm back after what seems to be a bit of a hiatus, and well, it's time to get back into four-player chess. So I'm going to start with a quick free-for-all game. Uh, as you can see, my reading has not has neither grown nor shrank for a long time here. So let's see. They're giving me sounds now to tell me that it's my turn. Different sound than before. I like that. Everyone else is going for central pawns, so I'm going to go. I want to develop my queenside bishop here. I don't have a chance really to promote just because I'm green, so that means I went last. And these players are hopefully all going to cancel each other out in the mid anyway, so I can get a little bit of a development advantage here. It's very interesting to see that all of them are playing this same sort of opening. Admittedly, red is using the king pawn while the other two players are using their queen pawns. This trade of bishops could happen at any time between blue and yellow. And let's see, yellow is now threatening to promote. So, yeah, red stopped that. Blue could have also stopped it with the bishop capture. I'm very unsure about how these players are likely to proceed. Okay, so blue might be threatening red in a minute here. I would like to follow suit and also threaten red, but then blue, when blue goes here and I go here, then if red moves this knight, I won't be able to capture because my rook will be hanging as well. So it's not a really worthwhile endeavor for me to go for this right now. And that would sort of weaken my kingside unnecessarily. Right. So I'm to the right of yellow. So I'm to the left of yellow, so I would like to be more aggressive towards him and more defensive towards red. Possible exchange of knights here. Exchange of knights. Blue declines that exchange. This bishop exchange is still open, though. And that's going to hurt someone eventually. Red is playing very forthrightly here. Forcing blue to prove that his position is stable. That was a slow move as well. This pawn might come under attack soon. Yellow blocks the trade. One poke I might be able to make here is... Okay, red secures his bishop. I like that. I like that square for the bishop. That's a nice Nice move. Also potentially threatening me later with a check. I would like to poke a little bit at this yellow pawn now that he's advanced it so far. I can move my pawn up 2 and attack him without him being able to attack back. So if I could win this yellow pawn, that would be nice. Alright, so red has now been checked. So anyway, I can really take advantage of that. There is, yes. So now this is worth doing because the blue and the red pawn have been blocked up. I will definitely be winning material here. And the only cost of that will be opening up red's rook at the same time. So that's good. Also alleviate the pressure I just talked about with this check being open on my king. So actively improving my position here. Yellow's taking advantage of the time to work on development. Do have to watch him over there. I expected just a basic fianchetto and him attacking this blue rook. That's my expectation. This pawn under attack. It's my turn. So red's next pawn is under attack now. Not much more I can do to gang him at the moment though. Do I want to move forward here? Not really. I would like to move my knight in though. And ask a question, put a question to this bishop. Again, I don't see the need to castle yet. In fact, I think castling would worsen my position, as the rook is well placed right now, and my king would become in more of a dangerous position if I moved it. Alright, so this knight is well placed on this square. Unfortunately, yellow can challenge it. My dark square bishop is doing an important defensive job, so I would not want to ever trade it for this yellow rook. Especially since in this game they're worth the same amount of points, as far as I know. I actually did not take some time to check the patch notes. Let's see if anything else has changed here. There's it's a 15-second delay right now. Okay. I'll have to check the patch notes to see if anything else changed. So yeah, I do not want this trade. Yeah, I mean I could move in, but I think that would not lead to much. Blue though is challenging yellow as well, so I could have taken that knight and then hoped blue would take here. Let's see which one yellow. I mean yellow would probably recapture my piece though because it's threatening his queen. So that would just still be a trade for me and an advantage for blue, which would be okay since he's across from me. Not the best. So then let me continue with my plan to nibble here. Might be able to nibble this pawn, especially if blue decides to trade. Blue might have his hands full right now with red. Blue should have an advantage when attacking red for the reasons that we just saw when blue gave a check before. Blue's got 1 second left. Okay, I have to make a note of that as well. 1 second left, huh? Make a mental note of that. I'm trying to make red multitask a bit here. Attack red's pawn. Okay, good move defending the pawn and moving forward. So now I don't actually have to take yellow's pawn. I could just advance my pawn 2 squares forward and then queen, which is what I'm going to try to do here. Although this pawn is actually not defended. I could just capture yellow's pawn. And in fact, I think I will go for that. Might be a little bit greedy, but that pawn was going to be a main challenger to my center and my ability to promote more pawns in the future, so I'm happy being able to take that out. Blue, I'm not sure what blue is doing with that. Okay, now proceeding with my plan here. Now blue can cut in and queen as well. Maybe I shouldn't have given blue that option though. The blue is across from me, so if anyone queens, it's okay for it to be him. Because he's going to use that to attack red. It does delay my queen a bit though, because if I queen right now, blue will capture my knight. So my position is a little bit of instability right now that I'll have to fix before I go queen. Let me bring the knight to a more backward square, give it some defense. Now, once again, I mean, this knight is under attack and by 2 bishops, unfortunately. My queen to square is also protected by yellow, so yellow might just chop my queen as soon as I promote here. Another reason I'm not too worried about blue promoting is because he's about to lose on time anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to promote. If yellow takes here, I'll recapture the queen. Hopefully blue will have to deal with red here instead of trying to capture my stuff. One move might be bishop takes knight. Or queen takes queen, okay. So I could now almost checkmate blue. Which, if he's going to time out anyway, then I'd like to get those points. So let me... Well, this bishop's going to be hanging down, unfortunately. But, okay, I can take a blue bishop with me. And yellow's lost most of his teeth now that he doesn't have a queen. So it's not going to be the end of the world if he wins some material. Alright, now I win a... I guess red will take this queen. Take this bishop. Okay, chooses to save the rook. Alright, and now I can take a knight of reds. Start to whittle him down. I don't have a way to kill blue immediately, so I can't. Won't be doing that. This also protects blue's knight against red's queen, so now red can't win more material. Also threatening a pawn of reds on j2. Okay, red defends the pawn and attacks my queen. So now, if yellow can also threaten me in the same turn interval, then I might have to give up this queen. Nope. Okay. So now I'm just going to bring the queen back to a safe square. Do a little bit of regrouping here. Also potentially threatening a yellow pawn, but I don't know if I'd take that immediately. Probably have something slightly better to do. Got to watch out for the red promotions now as well. The red promotions. Red promotions. Let me go here. Right now, red can't push either of these pawns because my queen will chop them. Okay, that's good that blue is attacking red now. Let's see if I can make something happen here. Yellow's threatening a checkmate in 1 on blue. And I'll be able to chop yellow's knight as soon as he checkmates though. So that's okay. Let's see if blue goes to try and get material or sees that he's going to be mated here. Okay, so he chops that knight. And I'm going to get my pawn to a square where I can control. Now here's the problem though. Everyone has, these two players still both have dark squared bishops, so I might have trouble defending this pawn in the future, but I'm going to put it there. That'll stop yellow's, red's progression, rather. Yes, okay, good. So now one of those has been eliminated. All right, and I can start mobilizing this rook. Again, I don't want to take this pawn yet because I'll get pinned, and then if anyone else attacks me during the interval, I'll have to deal with some stuff. I can just start mopping up red a bit here. Reduce the threat of red promoting pawns, or doing anything really. Let's see. Is there a way for me to attack this backward pawn? Probably not, because my knight is still pinned here. Knight is still getting pinned. Oh wait, blue just protected my rook. That was good for me. My rook was actually attacked there. Go back and check that. Yeah, I actually moved my rook into jeopardy, and then blue's helped me out, so that's good. I don't want to take this red pawn because of my queen hanging. So it seems like yellow and red are starting to mobilize and work together a bit here. I'm going to get my queen off of this pin. I can maybe start attacking this pawn. I'm also going to get checked here, I just realized. It's not good. If I check and move up, how can yellow hurt me there? Yellow can probably take this queen at least. Maybe something much worse. Like take this pawn, or take this knight. Yeah, okay, that was a pretty bad mistake. So what should I have done? I should have protected from the check. Okay, so he's going to go for the queen. In fact, I'm actually happy to see that, so... I have to go here to block against the double check. Okay, now red has to make a decision. Does he want to trade or not? Does not want to trade. Okay, so I'm just going to get my queen nibbled here, fortunately. Takes that. What was that? That was my light squared bishop, I think. Okay, so he deems that more important. Might be right. I can allow this to happen. What should I be going for here? I take this, I could get my queen under attack by a yellow rook. I think I should still take it though. My knights are doing a good defensive job here as well. Happy with them. Okay, so recapture with queen here. There's still no checks that can come into me right now, as far as I can tell. But my power is diminished there somewhat. Red's really trying to promote now. Things are getting dire. He has to make a move. He's going to go for checks on blue. Blue just promoted again. That's good. Will yellow sack for that? He shouldn't. Yeah. I don't think I would sack for that. Let me bring this up. Now I can threaten red's pawn over here. Okay, so that queen blue just made is not going to help him, as it's about to get captured. Alright, that's a mistake. I can now capture this rook. Are there any checks on me? Not really. Always good to take out a nice yellow rook there. My king feels very loose, but somehow it's still pretty safe. Okay, blue timed out, so now we have to fight over this king. Yellow's going for the king. What can I do to abuse that? Not much. I'd like to attack red here. I can take this pawn now, and I have a pin on the rook. I don't think red should also be going for that, because now he's getting attacked pretty severely. Now I'm under a little bit of tempo pressure, because now red and yellow have the opportunity to promote these side pawns, because the person across from me died. So I have to be very snappy here with making something happen. In addition, they're probably going to try and team me since I have two queens. Makes sense. Can't really get my king to a safer place right now. I can take, check again, check, check, and then I can attack him with two queens. So as long as yellow doesn't have a way to disrupt me, this should be a profitable attack on red. What could yellow do to disrupt me? He could do rook over. I just take his rook with check. This bishop can't do much, this knight can't do much, so. King up he does. Let's see, I have check. And then his king goes over to there. I don't have much follow-up. Yellow making very slow tempo moves. I have the next check over here. This queen check doesn't work because the knight takes. I think I want to get out here. If he comes back, I'll use the backup queen to check, and then he'll be forced back to the first row, and this check should be mate. So he does pawn. Now that queen's gone. Now I can check like this. King should come back. All right, so he gives up. I should be able to beat yellow to this king. And then I should have enough to kill yellow. So, okay. Oh, they did fix that. Nice. So, right. Yes, so before I might have actually lost this because I would not get credit for killing red. Because Red's king has not yet been killed. I would only get credit because Red's king would be standing for the yellow's resignation. But now I got plus 40. I think I got plus 40 there. So that's one of the things I was personally arguing for in the patch notes in the forum. So let me go take a quick check here. Check the change log. See if this can display correctly on your computers. All right, timer start from 12 and go down clockwise. Dynamic leaderboard height. Truncate longer usernames. Last player receives points for all the remaining kings on board. Yeah, so that was a change on the 2nd of December, and that right there was a really good change, and that's what caused me to win that game. I should get credit if I'm about to capture that king for capturing that king. New rating calculation for teams. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I saw the previous change before that. So let's go back here. Let's check the leaderboard. How far do I have to get here to level up? Decent nickname. Never seen this person before. Let's get a new person on this top there. So 20. And then in teams, there's only 1,700 is the 1,700 is the cutoff. 1,735. That's actually doable. And I think I found it's actually fun to do teams with sort of a random player because they're usually gonna have a pretty low rating, and you can sort of use that to your advantage. Like even if you're gonna lose more of the time, you're gonna lose a lot fewer points, and then if you can coordinate with them, if you can be a good team leader, you can earn extra benefits when you win. Like if I've played also with a person who I knew was good. We both had a high rating, and we could only get like 1 or 2 points per game. So it's fun to play teams. I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to do a separate video for the teams game I'm going to play in a minute. So check the next video and have a good day, everyone.